You've got to move the on, okay? We got to move on. And if you are someone who is from my past, and had we at one point in our life shared a particular, our friendship, and if we had separated our ways, if we went our separate ways, and I would expect you to respect that, and to no longer think about me, to no longer gossip about me, and just simply move on with your life, with your existence. Existence in itself is so futile, like so minuscule and diminutive. It's so small and finite. We have so much joy in this small, short span of a lifetime that we have, that is so limited. And honestly, I acknowledge my own demons. I have made my failures and share of mistakes derived from the past and of the present, and I inevitably, being human myself, I will make mistakes towards the future as well. And I hold myself accountable, because this journey is in itself infinite. We are constantly wandering down this particular path of enlightenment and constantly attaining knowledge and achieving our greater senses and awareness, and thus therefore enhancing ourselves through knowledge, awakening, conscience, revolution, awareness, awakening. And in this light we find darkness, and darkness we find light. And thus I myself, I've always been and accepted myself to being a balance. And there's so many people who are rather envious of me, or rather jealous of me. People who, who are absolutely benevolent and venomous and vile in my life. So this is the reason why I am a misanthropic nihilist, where I do not trust mortal human beings. I don't trust people in general. You share with them one particular part of your life, or rather the entirety of your life, and it seems like people distort that. They manipulate that and twist your words around and twist your words and put words into your mouth, and I don't know, it's just sick in this world where life is so feeble. Life is meaningless among other human beings. And I hate to sound negative, but look around you. Okay, look around you. Awaken your mind outside of this circumference of the matrix circle. Okay, this matrix non-reality. Okay, you get to find that human beings, for the majority percentage of, we share the Midas touch. The Midas touch of destruction. Okay, anything and everything that we touch in this world, it crumbles, dismantles, and destroys itself. It obliterates itself, okay? And we have corrupted the world so much to the point where it's unrecognizable, or at least it's beyond the point and the brink of not only destruction and chaos, but beyond cure. Okay, and like, out of the people have a way to use ammo against you. That's why it's not a good thing to put your heart and trust and manifest that into others. However, you should always do the complete opposite. You should manifest your law of attraction, your essential being, your every being into yourself. Okay, I mean, it's not to sound negative, it's not to sound narcissistic or selfish or entitled or superior by any means. Okay, I don't believe in any of that. I believe in brutal honesty. I believe in the circumferences of, or encompassing, truth for what it is, and how to manifest yourself to become a greater materialized human being. Okay, and through transformation, you find deep within yourself this light. And not only light, but this introspection. That's the word, introspection. And there's so many people out there who are secretly plotting against you. Just like I mentioned in my previous video, they were secretly plotting against you. They want to see you to not succeed. Okay, they want to see you to collapse and tear yourself apart from the inside out, just like this, okay? And this is why I put a lot of my faith and my time, my energy, and my devotion, my sacred offerings and knowledge, and everything that I breathe and manifest and what I do in my life into alchemy, into bonding with nature, trying to, in hopes, an honest attempt to repair nature. And one of my deities is the Green Man. So, I mean, I don't talk about my rituals and things. I don't talk about my personal life. I don't talk about anything much. I try to keep, I swear to God, like, I try to keep my videos as positive as possible. And what comes with life is often darkness. And I've always been a balance. I accept the darkness as well as the light. And I embrace myself for who I am. The reality, the realness, the rawness for who I am. And I am not everyone's cup of tea. There are so many people who are just tasteless and meaningless and vile out here, like I said. You know, I've got all my Georgia friends. They're freaking awesome. And I don't know, I spend a lot of my time with nature. I don't spend time with my neighbors. I don't spend time with anybody at all. When people ask me out to go out for like dinner meetings or, you know, what have you, I always reject them and turn them down because it's just not what I'm interested in. You know, I'm more along the lines of spending time by myself. I like to spend like 99.9% of my time in isolation into myself. So this whole COVID-19, this quarantine, it's nothing new to me. It does not bother me. Isolation does not affect me in the slightest. Okay? And I've always been antisocial my entire life. I've always been a lone wolf. My trust has been taken advantage of and manipulated. And I learned that the extremely hard way since moving to this state in particular. Okay? And I'm not going to say what state, because like I said, it's ammunition for what people to use against you. And in words of my dear friend Natsuya, people suck. Okay? And trust me, I mean, to make a long story short, he had a college roommate who moved in with him, and it was supposed to be us. And this guy was allergic to all sorts of chemical reactions. Had chemical reactions to the paint on the walls, to the paint on the ceiling, to the tile of the floor, to the carpets of the floor, to the air particles, to everything. Okay, and long story short, end up destroying his house. $50,000 of repair. Even bought this guy a house as well. So, you know, that ended friendship and everything. So it was this particular past for, well, what it is. So, anyway, this is not only regarding to myself, but this is regards to everyone or anyone in general. I mean, anyone can be a victim of it. Anyone can be a victim of someone else stalking them, being obsessed about them. Just move on with your life, you know? I apologize, I was about to swear, and it's one thing about myself that I've been improving upon is swearing. I've not been using vulgarities, I've not been swearing as much. So anyway, so please, for the love of God, move on with your life. Like, whatever we had in the past, be it friendship or otherwise, and it's not healthy for anybody. And yeah, I live a simple life. I live a very peaceful life. And the less that I have to deal with human beings, the more better off my life is. You know, and I don't set myself up for other people's manifestations of their negative energy and this and that or what have you. So, and another thing is, if I had done wrong towards you for whatever reason, and with this I say I truly am sorry. Okay, I truly apologize. Like that, I mean that. I swear to God, I mean that from my heart. Okay, from the deeper light and darkness out of my heart, and from my soul consciousness. You know, it's like I said, I'm not a perfect human being. I never will be. I never pretended to be a perfect human being or a star stream. I've never pretended to be anything. I've always been brutally honest, and I never will be perfect. So you're just going to have to accept that for who I am. For who I am is what I am, and I know a lot more about myself than you might know of me. Okay? Or at least I know a lot more about myself than a lot more than what someone else thinks they know of me. Okay? Anyway, so with that being said, you know, I've done quite a bit of mistakes in my past, but who hasn't? You know? No one in this world, I mean absolutely no one in this world, aside from animals and the sacred creations of nature and its wildlife, are perfect. No human being, nobody, no mortal being is perfect. And, you know, all I'm saying is that if you're obsessed about me, you just have to move on. You know, seriously, honestly. I mean, it's time to move on. And I've always tried to do right by other people, and 99% of the time I do. Sometimes my friendships have to end with other people due to unfortunate circumstances, due to mainly misunderstandings and misconceptions and miscommunication. No miscommunication has ever been derived on my behalf. I mean, I've always made sure to be specific and be honest and be upfront and to the point and direct. Oh, and I'm sure that I'm going to get a thumbs down for this video, but honest to God, I don't care, because it's completely irrelevant and insignificant to me. And like, into what I think about other people, or at least at the very least what other people think about me, is in the slightest concern of mine. Okay? And I've always been an outcast. I've always been a rebel against authority, against normality since I was a child. Okay? And you're not going to convince me, because I have a strong will, I have a strong mind. A mind that's impenetrable. Okay? A mind that, a heart that is inconceivable. Okay? A heart that is impenetrable. Okay, and honestly, you know, I'm probably gonna get a dislike for this video, but hey, so more to be, because I realize who my true friends are. They are the authentic, genuine, and intellectual, articulate, kindest people that I know of, and they have my complete support, and as I have theirs. And mind you, in the chaos of this world, okay, I've had friendships for over 15 plus years, and a lot of people cannot even fathom that these days. Their relationship, their friendship is just a lifespan that exists only for perhaps a couple weeks, a few months, give or take, a little less than a year. But you know what? I don't care. Okay? I really don't care. And I'm going to continue to believe in myself, to manifest who I am. You do you, okay? You do what you gotta do. I mean, me, as far as myself, I am going to continue to breathe light in darkness and manifest it. And channel that into positive intentions and creations that are unlimited in the boundless mysteries, in the infinite mysteries of the universe. People cannot even fathom it. They're so stupid they cannot put two to two together. Okay? So I'm going to continue to do what I do, and you just worry about yourself. You don't worry about me, you worry about you. Take care of yourself, because that's the problem with this world today. We have so many people that are so worried about everybody else and not enough about themselves. Okay? That's the problem we got today. So keep psychologically manipulating yourselves. You have fun with that. Just leave me the hell alone. And if it's cool, it's awesome, man. You know, if you are one of the supporters of mine, one of the fans of mine, I don't even like to call you guys fans. I think this is so mundane, repugnant, repulsive to me, and artificial to me, you know. You are the true friends that I never have met, and I hope to meet, okay? I mean, I love everyone's enthusiasm, I love everyone's motivation, and your support. Your support is divine. Your belief in me is divine and immaculate. Alright, heading out. See ya.